Hello and welcome to Dino on RideRadio.ca and YouTube and all other affiliations. My name's Eldin Atkin, and today, as always, we're talking about dinosaurs. But I have a bit of a change of pace for today. So we've been going through Canadian dinosaurs A through Z. We're made it to S. We're almost done S. I have a lot for Styracosaurus, so I'm taking my time with Styraco. I really enjoy Styracosaurus. It's my favorite ceratopsian. So we're gonna take some time, and instead today, I went and got a little Lego set. So, kind of funny today. Instead of scrambling and doing like a subpar Styraco, I'm gonna just attempt to build this in under half an hour, which I hope I can do. If not, then this is a failure on my part. And there are some children who could do better than me. But yeah, this is fantastic. So today, I'm kind of just gonna talk as I go through it, because this is about, Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. So it's kind of my point, actually I can't block that camera. There, I'll put it like that. We're going to try our best, because again, I am not supervised in Lego, but I will say I want to also get a lot of footage for Styracosaurus from Path of Titans, which unfortunately, to grow a dinosaur in Path of Titans, it takes at least a day, and I just don't have time for that right now. So, on this weekend, I'm going to try to grow the Styracosaurus. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. I like that. Gonna grow the Styracosaurus. We're gonna hope for the best. But yeah, so doing Lego. I've been a big fan of Lego pretty much all my life. I don't think I've met somebody who doesn't like Lego, if we're being honest here. I am still well within the age where I'm allowed to play with Lego. If you're over the age of 99, you lose that. And we're gonna try our best today. I got this from Mind Games in the mall. Britt, you're never there whenever I stop by, but thanks anyways. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no. Oh no. Sorry about that. Yeah, I got allergies. That's this time of the year where allergies are there, and it's a lot. So we're almost done. We're almost there. I really hope I can do this in under half an hour. I'm gonna cry. I'll see if I can't put timestamps in this so you can just skip all of this and just go to where I finished it and say, ta-da! Now, this... I am going to talk about dinosaurs too as I go, though. So this is supposed to be a baby T-Rex. Comes from Jurassic World Chaos Theory, which is the, I guess, the TV show that I have not seen yet. And I am a big fan of T-Rex. Huge fan of anything like a big carnivore. Now, the cool thing with T-Rex is we think that it had what you would call almost like a different, well, not even what you'd call it. It had a very different diet as it grew. So the big thing with T-Rex, and pardon my sniffling, again, it's these lovely allergies. So with T-Rex, it would have started off almost in its own niche, where a much smaller T-Rex wouldn't eat the same thing as a big T-Rex. And that makes sense. You don't want to have to compete with your parents. That's how it kind of works. If you look at Komodo dragons, current day, Komodo dragons will cannibalize the young. And if you're like a little baby, you don't want to get eaten by mom or dad, or by like your aunt and uncle. So you go after different things. So the thought is that T-Rex would have been not so much an opportunistic at a young age, but it probably would have been lighter. So it would have been a lot smaller, less heavier than its parents, and it would have chased down prey, almost feeling like a raptor-like niche. Which, again, is really crazy to think that a T-Rex that weighs close to 7 tons would have no issues just chasing down and, like, annihilating things. It's pretty cool concept, I think. I'm currently building a piece of meat, because I guess you gotta feed him somehow. This is interesting. And, yeah, so T-Rex is probably one of my favorites. How was this? Oh. This is a new block. I've never seen this block before. It's an upside down of this one. And yeah, like I kind of wanted to have fun today. It's one of those episodes where don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy. And yeah. So if you're wondering, that is meat. Oh. Meat. Look. It's like the picture. I did so well, and that was like a couple minutes. Look at me go. I gotta build a rock now. Once I build the rock, we're good to go. But yeah, so, again, like, this is kind of the fun part about dinosaurs, in my opinion, is you have all these things. When I was a kid, we had dinosaur Lego. And it wasn't, I don't think it was even Jurassic Park themed, it was just dinosaur themed. And that's kind of, I think, what got me started, or what it got me towards loving dinosaurs. Da, 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 da. Meat on a rock. Look at me go. And now we gotta start building the little guy. Oh no, I shouldn't have opened all these packs. Oh. Okay, I think it's this one. If you take notes from me, don't open all the packs and lay them out like this, because now I'm... Oh god, they're gonna judge me. Okay, I got this. I'm also, like, kind of on a time crunch in the sense. I once built an entire Lego set in, like, under 25 minutes in a hotel room in Ottawa. But this is more so... I gotta do this. Yeah, but cool thing with T-Rexes, though, they would have grown exponentially. I got a book from Dan. He's not here today, but thank you as always, Dan. And the book mentions how T-Rex, as a young T-Rex, would have grown close to like 50 to 60 pounds a day until it got to the 7 tons or 8 tons it was as an adult, which is so cool to think. Like, you got a dinosaur that is quintupling, a big number in size as it's growing. And to think you have this little, like, dinky T-Rex. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting pretty well. That can, like, just get humongous. I also do want to say that I commented on the Ottawa... Oh, I did this wrong already. The Ottawa Natural History Museum, which I've been to. Shout out that. And they liked my post. So that's kind of cool, too. But yeah, so I think, like, again... This kind of stuff is great. I also want to get back into Dino and doing more like pop culture references. We kind of fell away from that. I haven't seen Chaos Theory, which is what this is from, but I kind of stay away from the animated stuff. I don't really know why. What the heck is this thing? Oh, they're there. So yeah, if you have any recommendations for any dinosaurs in the future, I know that I might bring back Dino. I'm not entirely sure, tell you the honest truth. Oh, wait a minute. Aha. This is, I'm being very judged by the men behind the scenes. I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm a little... I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Uh-oh. The cool thing with T-Rex as well, there's a bunch of subspecies, and we thought, this is kind of a cool thing too, with Nanotyrannus. So Nanotyrannus, we don't believe is an actual T-Rex, or even a dinosaur. It's probably just a young T-Rex. And Nanotyrannus was kind of like this idea where you would have almost like a cannibalistic older T-Rex that was much smaller than actual T-Rexes and would only prey on just young T-Rexes. Again, really dumb idea. We pretty much disproved it almost. Well, I say disproved it, but there's people who still believe that Nanotyrannus is a thing. I am not one of those people. There's an old TV show that was all about like fighting dinosaurs against each other. And there was a Nanotyrannus episode against some young T-Rexes, and they made it like venomous. There was some really like weird concepts to put in this show. It's also on the History Channel, and like if we all know about the History Channel, it's kind of gone downhill, unfortunately. So you never really know. I do say though that I do love like the concept of never saying no to everything, like not disbelieving everything. Dinosaurs are ever changing, and we don't know everything. If you look back at my old episodes, I do say that we are constantly learning new things every year, every day, because dinosaurs aren't just cut and dry like we thought they were way back when we first discovered them. We thought they were just big lizards. They are very different. We're getting there. Look, that's a... Oh, I'll go in here. That's a torso, I think. I can do this in half... I can definitely do this in half an hour. You don't have to watch all of this, by the way, my viewers. But I do appreciate this. I'm going to probably see if I can't make some... Oh, no. What am I looking for? Where's this? I don't see the piece I'm supposed to have. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I got that wrong. yeah, I'm gonna try to fast forward along this so you don't just have to hear me rambling over and over again. But yeah, if you watch my show, I really appreciate it. I am, as you know, a huge dinosaur buff. Always have been. I don't think I ever will stop being one. All I can do is hear these two chuckle bums laughing at me. Trying my best here, guys. Trying my best. This is also like, oh no, don't you worry, don't you? They said on the voices in my head said, laughing with you. I see how it is. I'm trying my best here. Also, these are some pieces I've never seen before. Like, we got like little corner pieces that I have never seen. Lego's come a long way since I was a kid, which is pretty crazy. It's also very hot in here since I'm wearing this jacket, and it's hot today, so I'm starting to sweat too, which is always fun. Yeah. Aside from that, I hope you're having a good weekend, good week, whenever you watch this. Maybe it's Monday. Either way, doesn't really matter, as long as you're having fun. I've never felt so pressured building Lego, and that's, of course, my fault. But still, it's pretty funny. There's also like 100 pages, and I'm trying my best to get through this all in one go, but like, holy. I'm building one of the legs now, which is cool. So, ta-da, 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 ta-da. Oh, it says listen for an audible click, which I did hear, so it's a good start. I've never seen this Lego piece before in my life. What the heck? Oh, did I screw this up? Oh, I did. You know, you might be asking yourself at home, why aren't you playing music, Eldin? Well, if I play music, I can't put this on YouTube. So, unfortunately, you get to listen to me kind of like softly whistle to myself. Because I am trying to focus as best I can. But yeah, if you stick this out, I really appreciate it. No, there's one of the flickers. Yeah, I just appreciate regardless people who watch my show. Not everyone loves dinosaurs as much as I do, but I'm happy that there is some people who watch, and I appreciate that. Yeah. First time to be discovered. Oh, that's a good, smart man, smart. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of like trivia here. First dinosaur to be discovered. I'm not entirely sure, to tell you the truth. I know that we had like a bunch of dinosaurs that were discovered at the same, like around the same time. So we had like Iguanodon, which had like a crazy time to kind of like, it changed a lot over the years. Megalosaurus also was discovered around the same time. Iguanodon, Megalosaurus. Stegosaurus, I think, was pretty old too. Basically, dinosaurs that changed a lot in the past were ones that were discovered much earlier. Because at that time, we had no idea what we were doing. So we were like, oh yeah. Because Iguanodon's, the thumb was, which we know is a thumb now, was thought to be like a horn. So then if you look at early Iguanodons, they were like this big lizard with a horn. And then we had stuff like, am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. Then we had stuff like Megalosaurus, which was like they call them waste basket taxonomies, which basically is a dinosaur that we don't know enough about. What the heck? Oh, okay, I got this. We didn't know enough about, so we kind of just lumped everything in together. So if you look at like Megalosaurus and Iguanodon, as I said, they changed, and like we just like throw random bones in there. And that's why I love paleontology, is you have all these crazy ideas from the past, and we just kind of slap things on and go, yeah, that sounds about right. Like again, I always joke that like, I wish I was a paleontologist in the past, because I could just like, you know, I'd be drinking at noon and in a fur coat in Montana and just talking out my butt. But yeah, you never really know. Do you have any more questions for the class there, Evan? Okay. Are chickens dinosaurs? The answer is yes. Technically, all birds are dinosaurs. They're called non-avian dinosaurs. Birds, if you really want to go, like, I really hate when people say, like, crocodilians are dinosaurs. They're as old as dinosaurs, but they're definitely not, like, you know, the end-all be-all. But, yeah, so chickens are dinosaurs. I used to own chickens. I also hate chickens with a burning passion. If you ever own chickens, you understand what I'm saying. But, yeah. Any other thing? What's next? How do scientists know that dinosaurs are extinct? Well, here's the thing, too. With that being said, technically they're not. So, all... All, I gotta build the other leg now. Oh, it's across the table from me. Okay, so all, yeah, what the heck? All, dinosaurs, technically if they're avian or not. So non-avian dinosaurs are extinct. They died out in the K2 extinction, which was when that asteroid smashed into Earth. We think a couple things happened. Either, a lot of theories, we think we know a volcano erupted and spewed hot ash and lava all over the world and blotted out the sun and caused like a small ice age. We also know for a fact that at the time, the climate was drastically changing. So when the climate changes, like, you know, they're dying out. So a lot of like other ideas. But that's why we know that non-avian dinosaurs are extinct, but dinosaurs, the term, are not extinct. Next question, if you will. Thank you for this. This is make much better. How do dinosaurs communicate with each other? Probably, I'm thinking hand signs. Maybe ASL. This is the funny thing too. So if you watch like Jurassic Park and you see like. This piece was not in the other one. What the heck? You watch Jurassic Park and you see like the raptors communicating. They definitely have like a basic communication, but we don't know how. And that's the big thing too, right? Like we can't tell how they would have communicated because a lot of the times they're nasal passages and stuff like that would make, what the heck? Where'd this piece go? That would make that noise. Oh, it's over here. Would not be preserved in the fossil record. So maybe ASL, maybe, I don't know, they could speak fluent German possibly. We never really know. But yeah, that's a good question though. Do you have like just a list of, do you just have a list of them? Okay, nice. Awesome, thank you. How do paleontologists know what color dinosaurs are? So that's a good question too. So paleontologists, if we're being honest here, don't really know what color dinosaurs are. Not all of them at least. Some dinosaurs were preserved properly. Other dinosaurs weren't. If a dinosaur doesn't have skin impressions, like fossilized, then you can't really tell what color it would be. Oh no, I think I mixed one of the packs together. But the really cool thing is, what the heck am I looking for? There it is. There's a good chance that like some dinosaurs we could. There's one called Zool, which was actually at the ROM, which I missed unfortunately, which I'm really kind of bummed about. It was like basically like a mummy. And with mummies, you can very much tell what color it might be. But for the most part, we kind of just guess. Like if you play any dinosaur games, like they'll be like, well, Path of Titans. You can have like a vibrant pink Pictosaurus, which is a relative of Carnotaurus, which is my favorite dinosaur. If you would. How did dinosaurs evolve over time? So that's a really cool thing too. So we also... Did I mess this up? Oh, I did. So dinosaurs over time evolved in a lot of different ways. So if you look at like... I recommend there's a really good book, which is currently in my bag, so I'll tell you that after. But dinosaurs evolved over time in a lot of ways. We had a couple of mass extinctions at the time. So like at first, mammals ruled. Well, mammal-like reptiles ruled. Then they all died out, and then it was... dinosaurs time. So dinosaurs evolved in a lot of different ways. It's always competition. You always want to evolve to be like the biggest and baddest, so you don't have to worry about like having to fight for resources if you're just big and strong. Some dinosaurs obviously evolved in different ways, but the big kind of caveat with that is evolution always drives everything. It's an arms race. And one of my favorite things about that is we don't entirely know. Sometimes random mutations just happen, and that's what being on this earth is about, funny enough, is just sometimes things go wrong and you all of a sudden get a mutation that says, hey, I want to be nocturnal. Or actually, that's more like I guess that's not really a mutation. That's more like a trait. But let's say you want to eat some food, and every time I go to the fridge, it's empty. But if I go in the morning, it's full. So then, okay, I'm going to start going to the fridge in the morning. Some mutations, like the ability to be in more hostile environments, comes from just forcing yourself into that environment, or sometimes it's a random mutation. It really kind of depends on the situation. But that is how dinosaurs... Oh, we think dinosaurs evolved. Because again, we're not entirely sure. Hey. We got some legs now. How did dinosaurs get so big? Okay, I like that question too. I like that you give me a second. So dinosaurs got really big in a lot of ways. Some of them weren't huge by any means. Some of them were quite small. But the way dinosaurs got so big is due to a lot more oxygen. So we know that when dinosaurs roamed the earth, they had a lot more oxygen, which meant more oxygen, you can kind of grow bigger. You look at like when the bugs ruled the earth. Evan, you would not have liked that time because there was a lot of big spiders. They were like bigger than my head. And they would have got to a point where they can grow to monstrous proportions. Now, the real cool thing about that is more oxygen and also more food. So we know the dinosaurs... Oh, that's a cool piece. I clicked. Would have had like a lot of competition, but also the... I have to do this twice? Oh, I have to do this twice. The bigger you get, the harder it is to kill. So, like kind of elephants, more food, competition, and all that jazz. We're doing pretty well. Also, the fingers, if you're going to get this for your child, or yourself, like me, because I'm a grown-up, and I can buy my own Lego, the fingers are articulated so they can move one or the other. So you could count up to 2, but no more. Yes, velociraptors did have feathers. What the heck? Velociraptors definitely had feathers, but here's the caveat too. It's really cool, and I'm happy you brought this up. So feathers, as a dinosaur, were vastly different than feathers today. So there's a thing called proto-feathers, and proto-feathers existed, of course, the term proto means before feathers kind of evolved. So instead of actual feathers like wing membrane that birds have today, it'd be more like almost like a bristle, like almost like a pig's hair kind of thing, and it would be more all over the dinosaur in a sense of maybe insulation, maybe attracting a mate. It really didn't really matter. Like there was some stuff like Microraptor that could fly, that would have used its wings definitely for propulsion, at least some sort of propulsion. But yeah, we know that velociraptors had feathers, and that's why Jurassic Park, as much as I love dinosaurs, and this feels like blasphemy to say, if you watch Jurassic Park for the nostalgia, all the power to you. I put the fingers on backwards. Oh no. I really enjoy Jurassic Park, but there's a lot of issues with it. Dinosaurs aren't dinosaurs, they're more like monsters. Even the book, they reference how they're not even dinosaurs, they were created in a lab to be some sort of monstrosity. So that, yes, velociraptors did have feathers. Oh no. Okay. In my opinion, what's the weirdest dinosaur? That's a good question too. So in my opinion, and what's the weirdest dinosaur? I'm going to go along the lines of stuff like Dinocheirus, or Dinocheirus is how some people say it, which is a Mongolian and Asian theropod. So theropods are in the family of meat-eating dinosaurs. So T-Rexes, pretty much all raptors. I think raptors actually, but the big stuff. So T-Rex, I mean, that's just the big family, but so Dinocheirus is so cool. First of all, Dinocheirus is really cool because it means terrible claw, which is a cool name to have, and we think it would have had these huge, like, meaty hooks for fingers, but it didn't eat meat. It was like a big duck, and we think if you've watched the Prehistoric Planet on Apple, which I recommend. I'm not a huge fan of having to pay for Apple, but I do really like the TV show. They talk about Dinocheirus and how it would have been like this weird, like, plant-eating duck, but also had like meat hooks for hands. And when you evolve to have like meat hooks for hands, but you don't eat meat, it's like, oh, for defense. But then you kind of like, you talk about how like Therizinosaurus, which is also in the same family, I can't get this piece in, where it would have been a plant eater that also could have had defense. But we think the claws might not have been able to stab. We're not entirely sure. So that family of... I was going to go... Okay, that family of dinosaurs, very strange. But yeah, so I think the Therazinos and the Dinochirus family are very peculiar. What makes a Carnotaurus my favorite dinosaur? Thank you. I'm really happy you did this, because like, if it was just me sitting here building Lego, as funny as I thought it was an idea was, it would have sucked. We got a tail now too. Bum-ba-da-ba. He's beautiful. I thought that's perfection right there. I mean, done. We've done it. We're finally on the head. So, what makes Carnotaurus my favorite dinosaur? Carnotaurus A had tiny little baby arms that were absolutely worthless. And when I say worthless, I mean like they were fused at the wrist. And actually at the elbow too. So what that means is they had these hands that, I guess arms, that would not be functional. They couldn't grip. They didn't have fingers. They were fused at the wrist. And they also had these really cool horns. So like when I was younger, I thought like anything with horns, cooler, just cool immediately. Doesn't matter what it is. If you got horns, I think you're pretty cool. The statement still kind of stands today. But Carnotaurus also, it's just like this weird dinosaur. It's almost like liking something that's really ugly. And that's unfortunately what Carnotaurus is. It's just this ugly dinosaur. In Prehistoric Planet, it's pretty cool because you can see it like doing like a mating dance, which we don't even think that's probably, we don't really know what it would have done. But just this this ugly little dino. And yeah, for that reason, I think that's probably why I like it. It's almost like that, like Ant-Man's daughter when she's like, "Oh, it's ugly. I love it." I think that's why I like it. What is the most overrated dinosaur? That's a good question. I mean, let's go with I love I'm the first person to tell you I love T-Rex, but T-Rex is super overrated. I also am a huge fan of like Velociraptor, but they're also super overrated. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay. I'm not a huge fan of Triceratops either. Like basically all the mainline ones. Like there's so many cool new ones now. Also, my big gripe with paleontology nowadays, we used to name things like Lizard Tyrant King. That's a cool name. That is Lizard Tyrant King is awesome. Like T-Rex had a name that inspired fear. And then you go and you have a new dinosaur and you call it Thanosaurus. Well, why are we naming dinosaurs after a fake character? Like naming it like this crazy Roman name that meant like it was like he was the king of all and he could eat and kill whatever he wanted. And then you're like, okay, here's the new dinosaur. It's Thanosaurus. Okay, cool, I guess. But like, why do we? If I don't watch Marvel, who's Thanos? Like, right? Like, what's going on here? If I don't read comics, also that's like a Western thing. If I'm in China or Japan and you hit me with Thanosaurus, what does that mean? And then you're like, oh, inspired by Thanos. I'm like, well, who's Thanos? See, these things don't like that. We're actually making pretty good. I'm doing pretty well here. I'm pretty proud of myself. Modern day dinosaurs closest relative. So I know the people at home can't hear Evan's questions, so I'm just restating them. Modern day dinosaurs closest relative. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I could possibly be. Is it's birds, but it's tough because like. People say chickens. Yeah, chickens. Have you seen that meme where it's like, I lost my armor. I lost this. Remember. It sounds funnier if you actually watch it, but I don't have it here, so maybe look it up after. But it's pretty cool too, like that people always say chickens are. And if you ever own chickens, they really feel like little dinosaurs. They will eat anything. Anything. Each other. They will eat. You name it, they'll eat it. And that's one of the reasons where like you kind of look at them and you're like, man, these things definitely would have ruled the world, 100 million years ago, because they have no qualms. They're like, oh yeah, a family of mice, I'll eat that. Oh, look at that, another chicken. Oh, it's good too. I'll eat that up too. Like there's no stopping it. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say birds, but I'm really hinting at chickens here. If you had chickens, they are something else. We're getting there. Oh, okay. So, That's kind of fun. Woo! Sorry, I got distracted. So Evan asked why aren't common lizards considered to be dragons, and like the term Komodo dragon is more so like based off of folklore. Why aren't they considered dinosaurs? The big thing is the family. So like we know for a fact that lizards split off at a time of evolution much before dinosaurs did. Evolution's a heck of a drug where like if you have a dinosaur and its relatives look really familiar, doesn't immediately mean it's even closely related. Where's this piece I'm looking for? Because oh no, I can't find this piece. This is the end. Oh wait, it's right in front of me. Because lizards and like dinosaurs, it's just evolutionary wise, they broke off. Like technically crocodiles have been around for just as long as dinosaurs have. Sharks have been around before trees. All these things have evolved at different times. So the cool thing about like Komodo dragons, and the thing about Komodo dragons too, is we also had like Megalania, which was a giant Komodo dragon or monitor lizard that would have lived in like New Zealand and would have lived in places like Australia, which would have terrorized the population. Like Australia has never been a good place to live. They had giant, I'm building the tongue. They had giant Komodo dragons. They had all kinds of like monstrosities. They had kangaroos that were bigger than me, like 8 feet tall, that are taller than the normal kangaroos. So there's all kinds of like crazy stuff that they've had. But yeah, the big evolutionary difference is that they split off many years before. I can do this. I'm a grown-up. What the heck? Oh. A dinosaur battle royale. Okay, that's really tough. I blew in the mic there. I even heard that on mine. Dinosaur battle royale. It really depends on the dinosaur and where they're fighting. So if you had like I love Spinosaurus, but like that Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3 would have got cooked. It would not have been able to fight that T-Rex. So when you have all these like cool dinosaurs, it really depends on where. In a perfect world, I'd say like Giganosaurus. It's a little overrated. Back to that overrated question you asked me. Giganosaurus is definitely overrated. But it all kind of depends on the situation. I would say like T-Rex for the most part was super, well made for like killing and eating whatever it wanted. And that alone means in my books it probably would win most things. Unless you're playing Path of Titans, because they've ruined the T-Rex. And you can check my official comment on the Path of Titans, the Path of Titans Instagram, where I said, you've ruined T-Rex. Thank you so much. Well, I said it in less whiny tones, but yeah. We got an eye. So megalodons could be dinosaurs? No, they are sharks, and they are certainly not around to this day as either. We're gonna can that comment before it's even asked. We know megalodons couldn't be around today because that fell off, because the amount of food they'd have to eat, it couldn't do it. You couldn't have it, or you'd notice it at least. Like it's very difficult to have. Oh, did I miss a step? What the heck? Oh yeah, I did. It's very tough to have like a shark that would be that big that would have to eat so much. We'd have whales going extinct. So there's definitely no megalodon. And they are sharks. So technically, yes, they are older than trees though. So, I guess the sharks, the family of shark. So that's another good question. Would dinosaurs survive in modern times? There's a lot of things that we think. Would they? I saw a really cool documentary about like would hippos survive in like the Pleistocene, or not the Pleistocene, in like the time with dinosaurs, and like there's a good chance they could. Dinosaurs for the most part probably wouldn't be able to survive. They'd eat themselves to extinction. There's just way too much or way too little food for them. Oh man, he's gonna be like, oh look, he's beautiful. We're getting there. His jaw's a little loose though, poor guy. But there's a cool thing called Asdarchids, and Asdarchids are the family of Hatzegopteryx, Quetzalcoatlus, or Quetzalcoatl, whatever you want to call it. I always screw the name up somehow. But as darkids, there's a good chance that they could survive because they are flying reptiles. But since technically flying reptiles aren't dinosaurs either, so no, I don't think dinosaurs could survive in modern day, even like if they were Jurassic Park, because like again, you just can't feed it. How do you feed that? We're almost done. Yeah. Well, our Eldin questionnaire is at an end. Thank you very much, Evan, for making this more enjoyable than me just building this and being like, hey guys, watch me do it. But, wait for it. Gotta get his little arms forward. Ta-da! He's beautiful. He's got little eyebrows. Ta-da! Well, thank you very much for being here with me today. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to do this like super quick, but that's awesome. So thanks again, everybody. Next week, or next episode, I will be finishing, or I guess be doing Styracosaurus. This is kind of like, you could say, like the unofficial pause for the summer semester. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Eldin Atkin, and thank you guys behind the scenes for making this so much more enjoyable. This little guy officially is named Little Eatie. That's a terrible name so they don't call him Chomper either, because that's not happening. But goodbye, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, only on rightradio.ca.